Hello, my jelly bays. We are vibing on the topic of discernment. And today we're specifically talking about weighing your options and considering alternatives when it comes to trusting your intuition. It is all about that gut feeling, that inner voice that nudges you towards a decision or screams at you to fuck off. Okay. So then the real question is, how do you know when to trust it? And how do you separate fear from genuine intuition? So let's reflect on trusting your gut to move forward or trusting it when it's telling you, yelling at you to stay away. So when your gut says, go for it, everything feels aligned. It's like a rush of adrenaline mixed with a sense of calm certainty. It's that quiet confidence that says this is right and often feels like excitement and anticipation. It's like you can't wait to take the next step. There's this sense of thrill, like you're on the brink of something great, and you usually are. There's also this inner calm. Even if it's a big decision, there's an underlying peace. Your mind might be racing, but your heart feels steady. And then there's clarity. Your thoughts are sharp and the path seems clear. The pros outweigh the cons and the potential feels limitless. Let's inhale and exhale on that. Inhale and exhale. Now, on the flip side, there are those moments when your gut is yelling, no way, absolutely not. It's this feeling of discomfort and unease. You might try to rationalize it, but deep down, you know something is off. And often feels like tightness in your chest. It's like a heavy weight sitting on you and you can't shake it. Doubt and confusion kicks in. Your mind is foggy and every angle you consider just makes you more unsure. Sometimes it's as simple as knots in your stomach. This dreaded feeling just won't go away. We often think something is wrong with ourselves. You often think something is wrong with you when these feelings arise. When this is your gut, your intuition telling you, hey, something is actually wrong with them. Something is wrong with that space. Something is wrong with that environment. It's nothing wrong with you. It's just learning how to tune into this gut feeling and intuition, guiding and leading the way. Y'all, there's so much to receive in this video and this message flowing today. So let's pause and breathe for another moment before receiving this next part because it gets deep. All right. So inhale and exhale. Okay, let's keep it rolling. Now, I told you, here's where it gets tricky. Sometimes fear can masquerade as intuition. So how do you tell the difference between fear holding you back and your gut truly guiding you? Well, let's dive into it. Fear is a reaction. It's your mind projecting worries about what could go wrong. It's loud and persistent, often based on past experiences or future projections and anxieties. Catch this now. When it's fear, it's loud and overwhelming. Fear shouts. It's that nagging voice that keeps you up at night, replaying worst case scenarios. It's based on what ifs. Fear thrives on uncertainty and the unknown. It's not about the present moment. It's about what might happen down the line that could go wrong. And then it paralyzes you. Fear stops you in your tracks. It makes you second guess everything and prevents you from taking action. I actually touch on this in Unlearn the Bullshit. Chapter 3, I am trusting the process. And this leads us into trusting yourself, trusting your gut. So trusting yourself is about confidence and inner knowing. It's a quiet, steady voice that guides you based on your true feelings and instincts. When it's trust, it's calm and steady. Trust speaks softly but with authority. It's that inner voice that nudges you gently in the right direction. It's grounded in reality in the present moment. Trust is based on your current situation and not hypothetical fears, the what ifs. It's about what you know to be true right now. It empowers you. Trust gives you courage to move forward. It's reassuring and provides a sense of direction and purpose. So how well or how much do you trust yourself then? Wait, hold that thought. Let's keep it rolling and we'll come back to that. So now let's get into weighing your options, the art of considering alternatives. Basically, how to balance all of this. And look, when it comes to this inner work, there's a lot of repetitiveness, okay? Just like gaining weight, it didn't happen overnight. It took several days, months, years of eating the same bullshit that you knew you wanted to stop, but you didn't because it was comfort food. Then you find yourself waking up and saying, how did I fucking get here, right? And on the other hand, getting fine as fuck, you didn't wake up with all of the toned arms, the lifted butt. You had to put in some work. You had to go through the pain. You had to stay consistent and be committed to what you wanted to transform your body into, to wake up and say, I love my fucking body. And yes, I'm ready to show it off the way that I want to show it off. Okay, so same thing with our inner work, with getting ourselves together. A lot of the things that we need to unlearn the bullshit and then reprogram ourselves to focus on, believe in, and step into. So here's a simple approach. So first things first, pause and reflect. Yes, of course, take a moment to breathe and center yourself. Inhale and exhale to clear your mind of the noise and focus on your inner feelings. Next, list your options. Write down all the possible alternatives. Seeing them on paper can help you evaluate them more objectively. Third, evaluate the pros and cons. For each option, list the benefits and the drawbacks. Be honest with yourself about what you're willing to accept. Fourth, check in with your gut feeling for each option. Notice any physical reactions and pay attention to your overall sense of comfort or discomfort. And fifth, consider the long term. Think about how each option aligns with your long-term goals and values. Sometimes the best choice is the one that supports your bigger picture. And I do understand how giving these options and these alternatives, doing the inner work, can sometimes feel overwhelming, because in the process, sometimes you still don't feel it or you don't get it. It's when life be lifing, or when you step into the real world reality, when you start recognizing and realizing the teachings that I'm sharing here, and you're like, aha. And I want to add this, reflecting on the past videos. I know in one of the videos I talked about seeking how to fix myself, how to feel better. It wasn't a negative thing going into searching or soul searching. This was about learning how to receive and learning how to sift through, what worked for me, what felt good for me, what felt true to me, learning about myself, self-discovery, self-exploration, right? And then when the time came for my gut to say, hey, it's time to put this down, process and step into it, right? And then the other one was about the selfish retreat, going through the pros and cons, going through the benefits, going through the long-term goal and value of what this selfish retreat means to me. So everything that I just shared with you here may sound a bit overwhelming in the process, but it's probably things that you do anyway that maybe you don't recognize or that you don't realize you do because it's not so intentional. So this is about waking up and being more intentional about the things that you do that are helping you step up to your best self and discern what's truly right for you, to trust yourself, to trust your gut, right, in moving forward. Ooh, y'all, today was a whole vibe full. I mean, a whole vibe full. Y'all feel that? You feeling me? Drop in the comments and let me know your feelings, your thoughts about this particular video today. So I want to go back to the question, how well or how much do you trust yourself? That is your inner work to sit with. I know I just gave you some alternatives and some other things to check into, your pros and cons and your breathing and your focusing on long-term values. In this particular inner workness here, I want you to really evaluate how much you trust yourself. Sit with that, okay? So in closing, discernment is not just a skill, but is a gift that we all have within ourselves that gets better with practice. Trust yourself, but don't be afraid to weigh your options and consider alternatives. Your intuition is a powerful tool. Use it wisely and it will guide you to where you desire and you need to be. Remember, it's all about balance. Don't let fear dictate your choices. But don't ignore the red flags either. Find that sweet spot where your gut and your mind are in harmony, and you'll navigate life's decisions with confidence and clarity.